All right, so I'm starting my floor system. I got all my sill plate down. I got a 2x nailer along that beam there. So I really wanted to get my concrete floor poured first in the basement here. It's all ready to be poured. I got my insulation down, my radiant tubes run. It's ready to go, but my concrete guy can't pour this for 2 or 3 weeks. So I wanted to pour that first, but because of that, I'm gonna start my floor system here. So I have most of the material. The only issue I don't like about it is I wanted to pour the floor first, mainly because I have a load-bearing wall where that void is. So half of these floor joists are gonna be bearing on that wall. But because I'm doing this floor first, I gotta build kind of a temporary wall enough to hold the floor system. Then once they pour that floor, I gotta knock it out and build the permanent wall. So it's not ideal, but I don't really like doing things twice, but I think it is what it is because I got a few weeks and I wanna get this floor on.
All right, hold on. Getting close there. All right, now. You think I should ask the engineer about this? That's good.
All right, there's my temporarily permanent floor joist support. So when it comes time for them to pour the concrete, I'm gonna knock out, I'll have all these floor joists tied in, and I'm gonna knock out this middle 2x post, and then these two end ones I'll probably cut off the bottom. They're screwed into the wall, but I want to run them to the bottom just so they're extra secure. But I'll just cut those off so they can finish that nice. And I think there's not going to be a lot of weight up there. It'll probably sag a little bit. And then after the floor is poured, I can build my wall, jack that back up where it's supposed to be. And then I'm going to knock out this homemade 2x6 beam. That's going to come out, and that double top 2x plate's going to stay. I'll tie my wall, my permanent wall, into those. So I could have engineered a permanent beam to span this for, you know, to stay there, but part of the house plan was there's going to be a wall here anyways to help separate this garage, and we're going to have a doorway or a hallway there, so I didn't think there was a point in making a beam there since we were going to have a wall. But I didn't know I had to do this, so that would have been easier in this case. And then also when it comes time to build this wall, I need to tie in this old beam too as part of the old house, because I don't have a column here right now. This side of the house is actually sagging about a 1/2 inch from where it's supposed to be, but I'm just kind of going with it. There's not a whole lot of weight on this side of the house right now. So once I'm ready to build that wall, I gotta jack that up, tie that in, and let that load bearing on this wall. So other than that, I think I'm ready to start setting floor joists. So I don't know if it looks like I know what I'm doing, but I definitely don't. I'm not a framer. The only thing I know about framing is if one nail's good, two is better, something like that, right? But I got most of them up. I left these two out because I have to figure out where my stairs going into the basement are. They're going definitely on that side of that beam, but I don't know. I think they'll be spaced off a little bit. I don't really have any set plans. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. That's more my style. So I got to figure that out because they're not going to span full length. It'll be these two going to that beam and probably a little bit of overhang. Then I need a header, and then I got to figure that out. But I want to keep going, but there's a chance of thunderstorms in a couple hours, and I don't want water to get down on this basement floor while I got it all prepped for the concrete. So I got a big tarp I'm going to half-ass try to throw on here and get it somewhat waterproof. All that screwing around with the tarp and it didn't even rain. But if I didn't put it on there, it definitely would have rained. So all the blocking in between these eye joists is kind of a pain in the ass, especially this mid-span blocking. Over this bearing wall isn't that bad. You just cut them and then fit them in there. But this mid-span, I started doing them like that, just cutting them, fitting them in there, and then trying to nail them or toe nail them. And I felt like they were doing absolutely nothing. And the top and bottom flange of these just splinters pretty easy, it splits. So it was kind of doing more damage than good. So I saw there's not a good detail for these eye joists for mid-span blocking. There is for bearing wall blocking like I did there, and that's what it showed. But I couldn't find any from the manufacturer on a mid-span block. So I got a couple different ideas. I saw one guy did this. I just nailed some plywood to it and then nailed the plywood to the flanges. It seems to be doing something now. So I probably didn't even really need mid-span blocking here, but I think it stiffens up the whole floor system. So, and I guess I didn't buy enough eye joists for all the blocking, so I'm short probably 40 foot. I got to get a couple more eye joists, so that kind of sucks, but I'm dying to get some floor on. So Got my cousin bringing over that subfloor. We're gonna start getting, I can get like half of this floor on. Good.
Which side's print goes down, right? Doesn't matter.
Are you gluing the foam to
That side goes up. As long as your last one.
So, well, that's why I'm starting. We're gonna have to cut this. This is gonna hang over. We gotta match.
You see your chalk line?
My chalk line. On the groove side.
Three-quarter long enough? What they recommend?
The box says subfloor screws. Read the box.
Yeah, well. I got it.
So we got a little more than half of this deck down. We were gluing and screwing our subfloor. I figured out where my stairwell is gonna be. And then I think I mentioned I didn't order enough joists for my blocking. So I think I got a little more blocking to do on that center run. And then this mid-span run, I gotta put the rest of my blocking in. So these sheets aren't screwed down. I just laid them loose because it's gonna be a few days before those joists come in. So I put those down so I could throw my tarp back over this because I think it's supposed to rain in a few days. But while I'm waiting for that and before the rain comes, I'm gonna get some more, or hopefully the rest of this new foundation backfilled so I don't have any more cave-ins, and I'm sick of dealing with the mud. So I got everything waterproofed. Got some gravel down there. I should be able to get all this backfilled. All right, I'm pretty much done with the floor deck here. I am short a few sheets. I gotta get to finish that little that end there. I need 3 or 4 more sheets, but other than that, we're all glued and screwed down. Floor joists are all in. This is where my stairs are going. So yeah, other than that, I'm gonna kind of end this video here. I did end up pouring, or I had the concrete poured in the basement, as you can see, but I made that a separate video. But I don't know how it's gonna work. These videos are gonna kind of overlap. My concrete guy was able to pour it sooner than he originally thought, so it's a little bit screwed up, but I'm glad that is poured. I got my wall almost built. I got a wall there and a wall there, and there's gonna be a hallway. I got to finish a header, all that. But I got rid of that temporary beam and little post, so I feel better about that. Here's what underneath looks like. It wasn't too bad of a job. Took a little more work than I thought, but overall. And here's the concrete. So yeah, it's hard to believe. I think it was like a little over 3 or 4 months ago. This was just a crawl space under this house, just all dirt. So getting close to a full basement here. Concrete is definitely nice to have, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video.
Good. Look it.
Slow going.
This stuff, look how slow it is. You could be cranking out PL right now with a battery-powered caulk gun, getting after it. But instead, I'm on my
You're not getting paid to complain.
Well, I'm not getting paid not to complain either, so. I hope everybody on the YouTube channel can tell.
You missed.
Oh. How awfully slow this swing grate stuff comes out of this can. Might be awesome glue, but the application process is not awesome.
I think it went a little faster when it was warm.